ADP is out. Steve Leisman has the numbers at the table.
We have a miss from ADP, the private payroll companies that puts together a monthly look at the private sector. They're at 62,000. The estimate was 120,000. Good sector, 26,000. That's not bad for them. It's the service sector that really kind of threw a, what do you want to call it, knuckleball there, 34,000. Non-farm payroll estimate for the full government and private payroll was 133,000 for Friday. So we'll see what happens. The error rate has been, over the course of a year, plus or minus 26,000 total. And you can see the revised down 8,000 for the prior month to 147,000. Well, how do we get here? Small business, kind of okay-ish, 11,000, medium, 40,000, and large, really, that's a disappointment there, plus 12,000. And then looking at the industries, leisure hospitality doing its part. Trade, transportation, utilities is interesting to me. They're plus 21,000. That's a place you could get a hit in future months. Surprised it's not a hit already. Financial activities doing well, construction doing well, but there's education, health services, minus 23,000. Not quite sure where that's coming from. Perhaps some of the cutbacks on the government side. And here's what's that?
I thought those were mostly state-paid jobs, not necessarily
No,
federal
but what about
jobs.
what's going on in the universities as well, and some of that stuff, and maybe some cutbacks in health spending? There's the change in wages, down a tick for job stayers, but up 2 ticks for job changers. So still pretty strong there. Neela Richardson, the chief economist at ADP, writing, unease is the word of the day. Employers are trying to reconcile policy.
You did a word of the day?
Word of the day. Policy and consumer uncertainty with a run of mostly positive economic data. It can be difficult to make hiring decisions in such an environment. And, Joe, we do have a negative number. What we did is we updated the GDP forecasts yesterday after that big trade number came out, and people did mark down by as much as a percentage point yesterday because of that flood of imports that we'll talk about again at 8:30.
So does that increase the calls for Chairman Powell and the Fed, the FOMC?
No, because I'll give you an example. You know, Steve,
it will.
Yeah.
You know Stephen Stanley. He's about a right down the middle guy. So he has this really negative 2.4 for today. Or sorry, for today, but he has a 5% number penciled in for next quarter.
Oh, Jesus, that's crazy.
And then I'll give you somebody else here.
But the Fed has 2 mandates. It's
Morgan
not about
Stanley
growth,
minus
it's about
1.3.
jobs and inflation. The Fed has 2 mandates.
Plus
It's jobs
1.3.
and inflation.
You guys have a big interview coming up, and I'm not that big.
Okay. Bye.
The numbers are big or important.